Okay, this is November 3rd, 2021 here in Kitchener, Ontario, Zone 5. And in this video I want to talk about overwintering pepper plants. I've got 3 pepper plants here, actually 4. These I'm considering my priority peppers that I want to bring in. This is a hot cherry at the end here. I've taken a lot of the fresh, or rather the red ripe peppers off of it. There's a few that are still ripening. And that plant's nice and healthy, so that's like a hot cherry or cherry bomb pepper. Here is a cayenne pepper. This is actually I grew this last year. This is its second year. I was able to successfully overwinter it last year, and I have videos showing the progress of doing that. And it looked kind of touch and go with this plant for a while there, but it managed to survive and be very productive for me this year. Not as productive as it was in the first year. The first year it was a crazy plant. This year it was a little bit more of a humble plant, but it started producing early, and it gave me lots of these beautiful peppers here. You can see that it's starting to hail a little bit. Hopefully I won't have to reshoot this video. We've got these on the end here are 2 jalapeno peppers with lots of ripe fruit on them. I'm going to have to harvest all that fruit. But these peppers look really healthy. And so with these ones, I'm calling the priority ones, I'm going to try and bring them in without too much defoliation, without too much trimming. I'm going to try and keep them at their full size as they are now, with a lot of that healthy foliage on there. And I'm going to use, I've got my, my area set up here with a couple of different containers of different size. I've got these 3-gallon grow bags, and so I think I'm going to use those for the so-called priority peppers. These 4 healthy peppers here. Now I've got a number of other ones here. These are 5 that I've been working on already. And what I've done to prepare these containers, I'm not going to take them in these containers, but just to get ready for transplanting them out of the containers, I've just cleaned everything up and taken all the mulch off, and then given a rough chop to these plants. And these plants were not very healthy. And you can see these labels are impossible to read here. I'm going to have to decipher what each of these is. But I think I know. I think these first 2 are Shishitos. Oh, I can also mention, I found in one of these containers a little delphinium volunteer. I think that's a delphinium. So I've rescued it. I'm going to put it in that container and see if I can get a delphinium to grow. And we've got, Nardello, Padron, and I think that last one there is a Poblano. And these were not very healthy, so you can see I've really trimmed these down, in some cases just to a stick. And that might survive, it might not, but I'm going to use a smaller container indoors for these more stick ones. Like I said, for these priority ones, I'm going to try and keep the foliage on them, keep them healthy, and use a big 3-gallon grow bag for those. Here's a few that I haven't done yet, so I need to clear all that mulch out, kind of get it down to just the bare soil. I've been collecting all that top mulch. I don't want to bring that in. I don't know what's in there. So that'll just go into the garden. But clean this up. This would be an example of not a very healthy plant. So I don't want to keep this foliage. It's not going to come back. So I'll probably trim this right down to a little stick, or to just a little, sad little brush like that. And I think both of these are Nardello peppers. There's a few fruit on this one that I can harvest. There's also this a viola growing in here, and if I'm careful pulling this apart, I can throw that viola into the yard, and then I'll have a viola established somewhere. And then finally, this is a pimento pepper. And this is kind of halfway between healthy and unhealthy. I think I'm going to try and just trim it back to this stump here. But I might consider this one kind of also a priority pepper, because it's pretty big, pretty healthy. Anyway, so I've got a variety of containers here. Some of them are kind of smaller, and I'll use those for the more brutally trimmed peppers. It's going to be -3 tonight, so I need to get on this. These won't survive another night outside. You can see I had them covered in plastic last night. It got down to freezing, but these have all survived. Anyway, here's the harvest that I have been taking so far, and there's a few more to join this, so a couple more Nardello peppers I'll be able to add to that pile. Here's the cherry bombs and a couple of Padron peppers. Those are that's going to be a very hot pepper. Here's my Shishito peppers, and they're extra good when they start to take on color like that. I'm going to enjoy those fresh today. And here's just a few, I don't know if these are any good eating. These are just a few eggplants that I managed to get. So anyway, peppers, overwintering peppers. There's other videos on how to do it. I'm not going to talk in detail about how to do it. I might put a link in the description about how to do it to someone else's video. But anyway, that's it. I got to get to it, and we'll see you in the next one.